Maybe a little moon down there.
All right, we're having a sidebar discussion about Robbie's drawing over here. So if you guys could just hold on for a second. Look, there we go.
I was saying I kind of like it as a vertical. If I cut it so it was, maybe not. Maybe this space is important.
I think what you could do before you decide that is fill the rest of it with stars.
Yeah.
Because I think that the more emptiness that surrounds you, the more powerful the sense of isolation. So the more confined it is, the less powerful I think it'll be in that sense.
My other thought is, if I did the stars sort of not filling the paper, but leaving a little bit of a black halo around the edge. Mm-hmm. Like, I do like how it feels like a little bubble here that we're looking in.
I do think that's cool, how the stars sort of end at a certain point and there's blackness.
Yeah.
But I think the blackness is important, and cropping the paper would diminish the impact. That's what I'm saying.
No, I guess what I'm saying is maybe do the opposite of what I said, mm-hmm. which is not crop it and mm-hmm. also leave some that's just black. Because there's something wonderful about, like, how it's...
like a little piece of space.
A little piece of space. Yeah. And the black is so black and deep.
Agreed.
So, I don't know.
So, that's the discovery that you would not have stumbled upon beforehand. You wouldn't have seen that.
Kept going.
That's a function.
If I had not been interrupted by the end of the show and the start of this show,
basically she's
blaming. I would have just put the stars all over the place, and I wouldn't have even looked at it.
Basically, Robbie's blaming you guys. If you hadn't noticed, she thinks it's your fault.
I'm crediting you.
Oh, excuse me.
With the discovery.
You guys, I just checked. And chapter 10 is not too long.
Oh, good.
So I'm on a string of writing reasonable length chapters that can be presented to you in one fell swoop. But before we get to the matter at hand, which is chapter 10 of Wonder Undercover, I believe we have some other business to attend to. Shall we consult the agenda and see what wisdom it has for us? Anyone who missed the first show, you missed wisdom from Jennifer. Go watch it. Because
we're starting a new...
I'm not reading it to you again.
A new neologism.
I don't know why I said chapter 9.
No.
It's chapter 10. I did not update the agenda properly, but I did update the date. The date is correct. Howdy dood!
Howdy dood!
All right. Drink water perchance.
Perchance.
So in the last show,
Mayhaps.
we decided it's time to bring some words back into vogue that might have fallen by the wayside. We learned that Robbie has been secretly using the word perchance behind my back. Mm-hmm. With who? Like, who have you been writing perchance to?
I feel like I've probably said it to Darren. I've probably said it to the SOS ladies.
But why not? No, why not I? Why don't I get access?
I don't write to you very often.
I guess when you do, it's very transactional.
Yes.
Instead of writing me, like, loving words
like funny
in email,
things.
Yeah, no. I just
perchance. You get facts.
Wow.
And
back in our salad days, Robbie and I used to write each other long letters.
Mean? I don't like that.
Because you don't understand it?
Yeah.
Our salad days just mean the early days of our courtship.
Because salad is like
green.
The first course?
It's like, it's the beginning of things. You start with the salad. Salad is green, it's vibrant, it's full of life, it's full of hope, it's full of love. It's not the stale, brittle biscuits
it's
that
so far away from the dessert, though.
That's right. Oh, so we're approaching the dessert? I should feel comforted that we're going to eat dessert soon?
We're going to be in the dessert days soon.
Oh, man. I wonder what we're going to have for dessert. Old, dry, crusty crackers. Maybe we'll put a little syrup on top or something.
I refuse to. I'm not going to bring back salad days.
Should we drink some water, perchance?
Mayhaps.
You're jumping the gun. Mayhaps is the next item on the agenda,
Mayhaps,
Robbie.
but I'm responding to perchance drinking water. I said mayhaps.
I guess so. All right.
I'm trying to work it in to feel a little more natural.
We're socializing it, which means
I'm still not quite comfortable having it come out
until it feels so familiar that it's inevitable, that it's almost just like, of course Robbie's going to say perchance and mayhaps. That's what one says in this type of circumstance.
Shakti is here. Hello.
Hello, Shakti.
Welcome back.
Guys, I drink a lot of water after my run before the show. I'm almost like full up to here of water. I have very little left, and so I don't know if I can do this.
Matthew did a silent burp while he was talking to you guys.
I mean, I feel like we have brought the silent burp back into vogue too through.
Was it ever
vogue? No, it's always been very stylish, but by affirming its usefulness and its necessity, our friends hopefully will, bring it up in their own. No, don't silently burp. Don't burp at all. Just keep it all inside.
You have to burp.
Just do it.
But don't be rude like me and point it out when somebody else silent burps.
If somebody's trying to silently burp to save, all right. let's move on from this topic. Robbie loves
her big space pencil even more than she did yesterday.
Robbie, how do you feel about your big pencil?
Wait, what'd I do with... Oh, here it is.
She didn't love enough to take care of it, apparently.
I love it so much. Well, I just set it right next to me on my desk.
Okay.
To have its company instead of putting it in the little pencil holder.
Is it sharpened?
Yes.
It's not very sharpened.
Not super
sharpened. It's kind of
this
bluntly.
is also how I know that my mother used this as a pottery tool.
Oh.
It's been sharpened instead of with a pencil sharpener, with a knife.
Oh.
Which, if you have a pencil and a pencil sharpener, you sharpen your pencil with a pencil sharpener.
That's what contractors do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she obviously must have used this for some sort of sculpture project.
What does that say?
Another video about the scale of things.
Yeah.
Where is that it?
Yeah. Well, I want you to show it.
This is the one that I thought Matthew was trying to show us yesterday.
This is the one I was trying to find yesterday, but not having found it, I showed you a different one. This one is better.
This one doesn't have the lady on the campus of Google or whatever it was. Here it is. Okay. So,
are we watching all 4 minutes of this? Or is this?
No, but I just want to... We're starting, because this is the part that makes you realize really how tiny we are. So this is the moon. We're starting with the moon, guys.
All right, remember... Oh, here we go. All right.
I'll turn down the music a little bit.
I like the visuals in this one better.
So that's Mercury, yes. Okay. This is Mars.
Okay.
So, these are all relatively reasonable. Venus. I did not know Venus was smaller than Earth.
They are not this close to each other, you guys. No. This is just to show size and scale.
Yes, but holy smokes! Neptune! I thought Neptune was like tiny dude way out there by Pluto.
Oh!
Saturn without the rings. I wonder how big it is with the rings.
Oh my goodness.
And holy cow, look at Jupiter.
And what's this big sucker coming?
That's the sun!
Wow, it's that much bigger than we are? Oh, boy.
What?
Who is Sirius A? Is he related to Sirius Black? What? Oh, come on, Pollux.
So now we're so tiny back there.
Wow.
And this is just...
Oh my goodness.
We're getting so tiny, you guys.
Aldebaran. Do you think that's related to Alden in some way?
Maybe. Rigel?
Oh my gosh. I want to see the... Pistol Star?
A blue hyper
Who
giant.
named it Pistol Star? Oh my gosh.
Antares A. I've heard of that one.
You have?
A red super giant.
Oh my gosh.
And I haven't heard of that one. Musifae.
Oh, they just keep getting bigger and bigger.
These are all just giant stars.
Oh, wait, what's happening? Why is that happening there? What's going on?
I think this is showing us how long it would take to
go all the way around?
Cover this.
They're
way back there.
Wow, that's bigger. That's way bigger.
That number doesn't make any sense to me, right?
2,800,000,000
kilometers. Think of a passenger airplane flying along the surface of this star at 900 kilometers per hour,
which is really fast.
Very fast.
Yeah. All right, how long would it take? It would take
1,100 years to go around it once.
That's longer than we have today during this program.
Yeah, we're not going to watch that on this video.
Wow. They'd have to get really fast planes if they wanted to get from one place to another. What's happening now?
They just disappear. Yet it's only a tiny dot among several 100 billion stars forming our galaxy.
And the galaxy is just...
And there's 100 billion galaxies out there, you guys. This hurts my head. This hurts my head.
Which is why it seems likely, because of the muchness of things, that there are some other creatures out there, right?
But, we're not going to make any assumption. What's happening here? What is this laser?
What's going on?
Shooting between one giant something. Is that our galaxy?
One does not know because they haven't told us yet. What's happening? Why did that blow up? What is happening?
Saw the end of the world.
Was that just random coolness that they were showing us?
No, they probably got special effects. They were like, look what we can do.
I don't know.
Now we've got little sunspots jumping across the sun.
It's very hot there. Very hot.
The point is, we shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Even right now, it's making me nervous.
It would not be a good place to go for vacation.
Thank you. Yeah. I didn't want to land on the surface of that. Okay, there we go.
Oh, with the rings that now. Oh, they're just showing us again.
They're just repeating. Now this is.
They're just rubbing it in. They're rubbing it in. We're really small. Okay, we get it.
We get it. We're super tiny, you guys, and fine.
Wow.
And then they're going to do this again to make us feel bad.
Okay.
I don't know if that's...
Now why is this sun doing that again?
Entire universe getting sucked into a black hole?
Let's move on from this. I think the wonder has been experienced, and and I'm starting to feel a little insignificant. I need to get my sense of purpose and being back. All right?
Well...
All right, this is hurting the heads of our viewers, Robbie. We're hurting their heads. We don't want to injure anybody, but there you go, guys. Very small.
That's how tiny we are.
Very small, but also, Matthew, you big. Remember, just don't forget that. All right? Let's see what happens next. How about Matthew reach chapter 10, Wonder Undercover? Unless Robbie would like to.
I would like to.
Okay, Robbie's turn.
Yes.
Okay. Rob. Woo, woo, woo.
Oh my gosh, please stop.
Well, I was trying to rev you up a little bit so you knew that your contributions were loved and valued.
So what?
Page 164, please, Robbie Bear. All right. What happened is that Moxie lied to Veronica. Moxie wanted to get her Obscure Facts badge. After finding out that Veronica had never read the Annabelle Adams stories, Moxie stole an artificial obscure fact, told Veronica, got her badge, but now has to carry the weight of her lie around. Not
Is
cool.
she feeling bad about that yet?
I think she is.
She is, okay.
I think she's feeling uncomfortable about it. How about that? She recognized that it wasn't cool.
All
right, here we go.
Okay.
All right. On your marks, get set, Moxie!
Chapter 10, The Great Don Silvio. Oh, I do love Don Silvio. This is one of my favorite
I thought it was.
little episodes, so I'm glad I'm reading.
Piece of writing that Robbie delighted in Robbie.
All right, Chapter 10, The Great Don Silvio.
Okay.
On Wednesday morning, Mr. Shine is talking to us about something. I can't tell you what it is because every inch of my enormous brain is otherwise occupied. Ever since he noticed I was reading my guidebook during class, I have a new strategy for not getting caught while thinking deep thoughts about Wonder Scouts. 1. Look directly at Mr. Shine when he talks. 2. Smile constantly. 3. Laugh when everyone else laughs. 4. Nod occasionally to show how hard I'm listening. Is it possible that Tracy is giving Tammy bad eggs? I wish Milton could come to the meeting and examine them himself. The class laughs, so I laugh. Is there something wrong with Tracy's map? Milton would be so good at figuring out what it might be. Ha 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 ha! Yeah. The class laughs some more, louder this time. So I laugh some more, louder this time. I nod my head a few times. This new plan is working beautifully. Is it possible that Tammy is just really bad at making meringue and Tracy can't read a map to save her life? Ooh, I like this theory best. I laugh and nod my head. The rest of the class does neither. What's so funny, Moxie? Asks Mr. Shine. Whether or not it's a great idea, I say the thing that's in my head at the moment. Orienteering? Orienteering? Why don't you tell the class what that is? Using a map and a compass to navigate from one place to another. It's fun and pretty easy to learn. Although, strangely, some people can't seem to figure out how to do it, no matter how hard they try. It is too bad that there isn't a badge for murderous glaring, because Tracy would win it in a heartbeat. I can't tell, but it looks like Tammy might be giving me a high five with her invisible third hand. What's so funny about orienteering? Orienteering isn't funny at all, I say. It's extremely serious. I see, says Mr. Shine. Thanks for that informative digression, Moxie, but do you have anything to add about equivalent fractions? They definitely aren't funny either. The class laughs, but Mr. Shine gives me a look that he doesn't pull very often. It's an I'm pretty much running out of patience with you, Moxie kind of look. Which is why I try really, really hard to pay full attention as we discuss how 2/4 and 4/8 are the exact same thing, but I'm thoroughly distracted by two half-thoughts that are currently coming together in my brain to form one whole perfect idea. Milton is extremely good at figuring things out. And Milton looks surprisingly like a little old man. At recess, I remind Milton how good he is at figuring things out. I do not mention his resemblance to a little old man. Why, thank you, he says, puffing his feathers like a proud little finch, before eyeing me suspiciously and adding, What are you up to? Up to? Up to? I pretend to be quite offended. I'm just trying to pay my brother a compliment. Milton seems not quite satisfied with my explanation, so I sit there for a moment, giving my kind words a chance to work their magic. As much as I appreciate your exciting new theories about the Dublinger double cross, it would be far better if you could observe their badge challenges in person. Milton is eating my praise like ice cream, but how could I? If you were to go undercover, you could infiltrate the Wonder Scouts meeting and have a first-hand look. Undercover as what? I can tell that Milton is 90% horrified, but also maybe 10% excited about the idea. The possibilities are endless. You could be a SEAL trainer, or a fighter pilot, or a real estate tycoon. Milton is looking at me like I'm missing the majority of my marbles. But I was thinking you might be best suited to dress up as a little old delivery man from Tillywump's favorite pizza restaurant, Looper's. I can tell that Milton is tipping dangerously close to a no, and so I continue. You once told me you'd do whatever it takes to crack a case. Did you mean it or not? Milton considers, the story of his thoughts unfolding on his face. For a while, the plot is moving along pleasantly, and I like my chances, but then it takes an unpleasant turn, and I see him losing nerve. The gears in Milton's head start grinding twice as fast as gears should, and I worry that they might actually overheat when he smiles and says, I would absolutely do it, except that it would be impossible to explain to Dad why I was dressed up like a little old pizza man and going to Wonder Scouts with you. Drat! I hadn't thought about Dad. I'll have to come up with a whole new plan. Recess ends, but instead of learning all about the digestive system, I pull out a sheet of paper and pretend to take notes about the complex inner workings of the small intestine, while instead writing a letter to my client and sworn enemy. Tracy might be messing with your eggs. Bring your own tonight. MM. We get home and discover an absolute miracle. A note from Dad. The answer to my prayers. Milton, I sing with a booming delight that would surely ring the wonder bell. Time to get your costume on. Milton reads the note. Hey, M&M, looks like I'll have to work late tonight. The state of Alabama ran out of bicycles. Can Milton tag along and read in the corner during Moxie's meeting? And can one of Emily's dads take you to Wonder Scouts? Dad. No, says Milton, with an equally booming despair. But it's too late. I've already found the Looper's hat I won by eating a Super Looper with all the toppings in less than 5 minutes. I'm already pulling out the old man wig and mustache from the time I was Albert Einstein for Halloween. No matter that I added some silver glitter for extra excitement, no matter that more than a few of the hairs have fallen out, leaving some bald spots. I call Emily to ask for a ride to Wonder Scouts, and then I order a quadruple looper. Our pizza arrives with just a minute to spare. I love that you named pizza the quadruple looper from Loopers. Did you come up with Loopers first, or did you come up with the pizza name first?
Loopers first.
You came up with Loopers first?
Yeah.
And it just was so convenient that it was called the quadruple looper.
It wasn't convenient. I had to come up
You're
with
a
something
mad
that
with the
paired with the
things.
Loopers.
I know, It's so good.
All right.
The quadruple looper. That just cracks me up.
All right. Thank you, Robbie.
Our pizza arrives with just a minute to spare before one of Emily's dads, I can never remember his name, arrives to pick us up. It's Jim, he says as we get in the car, in response to the question on my face. Hello, Jim, I say. Thank you for giving us a ride. Which is when I realize I should probably explain why Milton is dressed as a little old man and carrying an enormous pizza. It's bring your little brother to Wonder Scouts night, I say, realizing that this only explains why Milton is in the car, but not why he's dressed like a little old pizza man. Jim gives me a look like he's waiting for the rest of the story. It's also dressed like your favorite character from a book night, I say, and Milton is dressed up as the great Don Silvio. I'm not sure why this particular name comes to mind, except that it is the name of the priest from Chapter 7 of Annabelle Adams' Girl Detective Volume 22, Pi Squared, in which Annabelle thwarts the irrational marriage of the Duke of Diameter, Fungo in disguise, to the Countess of Circumference as the clock strikes 3:14 p.m. Milton scowls, and I can't say I blame him. What book is Don Silvio from? Asks Jim. A Tale of Two Pizzas, I say, thinking fast. I see, says Jim. And who are you supposed to be? I look down at my shirt and pants, searching the library shelves of my mind for someone or anyone at all I might happen to look at. But there's only one best answer to his question. Moxie McCoy, I say with a confident nod. From the autobiography of Moxie McCoy, which I haven't yet written, but I plan to someday. Jim says absolutely nothing at all. We drive for a few minutes, Milton fuming, Jim quietly shaking his head, me counting the streetlights. Please drop us by the back door if you don't mind, I say to Jim. Don Silvio wants to make a grand entrance with his pizza. We get out of the car and wave goodbye to Jim. He seems to be waiting for us to go inside, but I just keep waving. When he finally drives off, Milton heads for the bushes. I put on my headband and glasses and run around front, heart already pounding, wondering how in the world we're going to pull this off.
Boom, 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 boom.
I thought we were actually going to get into the hilarity.
That will be for
of
tomorrow.
That. I know,
if you wish to read tomorrow, except tomorrow is perhaps research day. We'll see. We may or may not read tomorrow. We'll see how it goes.
Well, if you guys don't turn in your research,
that's true.
Then we won't have anything to talk about.
All right, that sounds good to me.
Wait, I want to. Somebody gave us some actual important information about how tiny we are.
Okay.
That first explosion was a binary star system containing a white dwarf. Mm-hmm. That's the big giant one.
Okay.
And a sun-sized star, which is big, but not very big compared to all those other stars. And the white dwarf being extremely dense, it was stealing the other star's mass.
What?
That seems
I wish
rude.
that they had added some sort of caption explaining that.
Rude.
Did they expect us to just know that?
Until it reached critical mass and exploded from the rebound of collapsing under its own mass. That's what happens when you get greedy, guys. This is a good life lesson. You take, and all of a sudden you're imploding because you just took too much.
You have no idea how much mass Robbie has right now from all
the
of the
taking that I've done. I'm just waiting to implode.
Is that what it is?
It could happen any moment.
Oh my
now,
gosh,
guys.
I probably shouldn't be standing here. It's probably a very dangerous place to be.
Yes, and just sucking it away from you.
Oh my gosh. Well, please try not to do it before the end of the program. Yeah.
Is this what we have to look forward to?
We don't.
It's just that we got close. It's just that those two stars happened to get too close to each other.
And that's not going to happen anytime soon. We have many more near-term concerns of more pressing urgency than suns exploding in our faces. Okay?
Yes.
Like Robbie exploding in my face. That is one of the things.
I'm imploding. I'm going to implode.
Yeah, but I think that's somehow going to be dangerous to me.
Oh, wait, but it says it exploded from the rebound of collapsing under its own mass. So it collapsed and then it exploded.
It sounds like there are no winners here. Robbie then becomes...
What a terrible way to have to end your existence.
I have an idea. Mm-hmm. Let's not do that.
Okay.
Let's end the show and then go eat some snacks and maybe take a nap.
And think about pizza.
That's, all the pizza that's being eaten and not by me. Yeah. That's what I'm going to think about. Mm-hmm. I got to come up with a way to eat something delicious today, you guys. You've really taken it out of me. All right. Wonder Undercover. What does that say? Does Robbie maybe paint some more?
Does Robbie paint some more?
That's a possibility. The other option is Matthew threatens
to sing for an hour.
Yeah, you guys, if we don't get research, I'm just going to sing for an hour tomorrow. We have a long list of space jokes. I'm going to answer them in slow, wretched, amelodic fashion.
I have to say.
Yeah. That's what Robbie hopes happens.
I know. One of my favorite things is listening to Matthew make up songs about
Nothing.
Yes.
So you guys decide this is something that you have control over.
Yes.
You send us fascinating facts. I've got to say, Thomas has been doing his work today. Simon's been doing his work today. But we still need something packageable that we can share with you tomorrow in bite-sized lozenges of delight. All right? That's what we want. All right. Jokes from Al Puppy? Should we do that?
We have some Al Puppy jokes.
Let's do some Al Puppy jokes and see where that takes us. Because I feel like we're usually rushing at the end. Let's give them the time they deserve right now, and then we'll see where it takes us. Yes.
Why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants?
Why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants? Because he had a hole-in-one.
That's a good one.
I love that.
Had you heard that one before?
No,
Did you figure it out?
It just made sense.
So guys, if you're not familiar with golf, as I was not until I was probably 40, a hole-in-one is when you hit the ball and you get it into the hole the first time.
It's very unlikely. In fact, you almost can't do it on purpose. I mean, you try to get as close as you can, but you have to get incredibly lucky for the ball to land exactly right and roll exact. I mean, most people, it never ever happens to.
Yes.
If it happens to you once in your lifetime, it's exciting and they come take a picture. So it's very, very rare. Okay? Very, very rare. Usually, even the easiest holes on a golf course, you're expected to hit the ball 3 times to get it in, and that's really good. So getting it in a hole-in-one, very rare.
Part of the reason why I'm unfamiliar with the rules of golf is that the idea of me getting a tiny ball this big into a hole that I can't even see that's across the way is preposterous. Yeah. Why would I waste my time trying to do that?
Wow. Robbie, way to just tell
I'm just saying. Yeah. I can't understand why I would think that was fun.
The reason I don't play golf is that I tried to play golf one time when I was 16 with my girlfriend and her grandmother in Kansas, and I was on the tee and I was trying.
Did they show you up?
His grandmother, no. Her grandmother was trying to teach me how to swing.
Tragic.
And every time I hit it, I either missed it or I hit it a little and it rolled off. And there were a group of men behind us who were heckling me because of my utter inability, and eventually I just had to pick up my ball and walk away because it gets harder and harder to do something
those
tricky.
Men would have heard something from me.
I mean, I think I deserved it. You know, at a certain point.
So you were learning.
Here's the thing: it wasn't the time to learn. They wanted to play golf, and my ineptitude was keeping them stuck back there. So the only recourse they had was to mock me. That was it.
That is not the only.
But I think my girlfriend's grandmother lost a little respect for me that day. Yeah.
It all turned out well.
Well, did it, Robbie? Or has the whole tragic arc of my life resulted from that particular moment?
The arc of your life has turned out fine. I don't know how Grandma is right now.
I don't know either. All right, let us move on to another topic.
Why
another
are
joke.
Penguins socially awkward?
Why are they socially awkward? Because they're birds. Oh, you mean like with each other? Because they're always pooping all over the ice. I don't know. Because they're wearing a tuxedo.
No.
Because they can't fly like an eagle to the sea.
Nobody knows what that song is.
That's a song by the not Dave Matthews Band. What band is it? It's another name. Steve Miller Band. Steve Miller Band, which the Dave Matthews Band.
The only person in history to confuse the Dave Matthews Band.
It's a man's name. It's a man's name. That's all I can say.
An insult to everyone
I might
involved.
mistake it for the Matthew Swanson Band once it gets founded.
Okay.
All right. Why? Why is it socially awkward?
I'm not sure that this joke. I feel like this joke needs a little work.
All right.
Because they can't break the ice.
Oh,
which
no, I like
clever,
that. Yeah.
Because breaking the ice means like starting a conversation.
Right. But can't they break the ice? There's no reason. Yeah. There's nothing specific. It's just an ice reference.
Yeah.
But the breaking of it seems not quite specifically penguin enough.
Right.
All right. I mean, El Puppy again. No, I mean, we have nothing but gratitude for you. But we must critique the jokes.
I'm trying to deconstruct the joke, and I'm not sure. I'm trying to think if there's some other ice-breaking animal that would, I don't know.
All right.
I don't know if penguins can or can't break the ice.
I don't know. It depends how thick the ice is.
Maybe the fact is that they can't break the ice.
Maybe they can't. Those poor penguins. All right, let's move on. Were there any other jokes?
Yes. What's blue and smells like red paint?
What's blue and smells like red paint? Blue paint.
Oh, good for you.
Paint.
I thought you were going to try a lot harder for that one.
Paint smells like paint.
Yes.
I like that.
Oh, look, Becky knows somebody whose name was Regal.
Oh.
Rigel.
Was that one of the stars? What's the relevance of that comment?
Yes, that was one of the stars, and we were wondering about the name.
Got it.
I know somebody who knew somebody.
Oh.
Whose name was Royal Regal.
I mean...
Royal was the first name. Regal, Regal,
those parents
was the middle name.
Are trying real hard.
But you know what's funny? Is apparently they were family names from both sides of the family.
Oh.
Royal was from one side and Regal was from the other side, and for some reason that person is not a king at this point.
I have bad news, Robbie.
Yeah?
It's 2:00.
What?
Time to go.
I don't think we got...
And in fact, I need to end the program because I have a meeting at 2:30 and I've got to prepare for that meeting.
All right.
So we got to go, friends.
All right.
It's time to march on.
All right.
It's time to say goodbye for now.
All right. Oh, look, you guys, they're making emojis out of the badges. That's awesome.
Ooh, nice work, friends.
So he did like a fork and a knife and a snake and a fish and an eyeball for the Iron Gut badge. That's
nice
so good, you
work,
guys.
Friends.
Loudest yell with the bell.
All right.
All right. Oh, they pronounce it with a soft G. So, Regal? Rigel?
Rigel. What is this soft G?
J, I thought.
J? Okay.
All right.
All right. All right. Goodbye.
Matthew has to go do his things.
We'll see you
I'm sorry
tomorrow.
that all of these badge emojis are gonna disappear.
They're not gonna disappear. They stay with the recording.
They're so good. Look at the mighty badge, the muscle,
I
and
love
then
it.
the lightning, and then the hammer.
Yeah, it's like Thor.
You guys, that's awesome.
I was once mistaken for the actor who played Thor.
Yes,
at his
that
school
child
visit.
obviously
That
was
child
delusional.
was discerning, and we'll leave it at that.
All
okay,
right.
goodbye.
No,
so
what
long.
are we supposed to say? Yes.
So long.
So long.
So long.
Perchance.
Mayhaps.
Mayhaps.
There's no mayhaps about it. It's time to so long.
We will.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
So long.
Bye.
So long.